Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Everybody says, I hear it everywhere, no matter where I go, I'm not going to get into the stock market because it's rigged. And I think, what are you, nuts? That's exactly why I want to get into the market. Here, listen to this.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish the wealth effect.
But we front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally. So are you telling me you don't want to get into a market where they front-loaded an enormous rally, where they fixed it to go up? You don't want to get in? What are you, nuts? Of course you want to get in. See, your fear is, once you get in, you're fearful you're not going to get out in time. Well, that fear is gone. That's why I designed the Max Vesta 1000, the color-coded technology. It'll get you out before it crashes. Believe me. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Isn't it time you reduce your fear of investing? Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You hear me talk about 401ks every day on my radio show. Why? Because it's such a disservice. 89 million Americans have a 401k. There's 638,000 plans. And the father of the 401k, Ted Brenner, even admitted they're a scam. He doesn't endorse them anymore because of the ridiculous fees. You got to get away from those fees. Remember, every 1% fee, they take 30% of your retirement money. The average fund is 2.5%. 60% of the money is going to be gone when you're ready to retire. You don't need to do that. There's an alternative. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Seek out the alternative. Give yourself a break. philsgang.com. Sign up today.
Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
My name is Bill Kaufman, and I have been a gang member for 14 years. I am very excited and impressed with the new MV1 and MV2 software chart. I love the easy readability. Bill has added pre- and post-market candlesticks and the ability to create stock lists. The charts can now be viewed on your smartphone or tablet. I would recommend the Max Vector 1000 chart to any type of investor.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Kayla Mueller had been taken hostage by ISIS, and for the next 17 months, her parents, Carl and Marcia, would fight for her freedom, and exchanging some 27 emails from their kitchen in Prescott, Arizona, to her daughter's captors in Syria, who at one point set a 30-day deadline for a $6 million cash demand. The Muellers say a White House official threatened them and their friends with criminal prosecution if they tried to raise ransom money.
Our government slammed that door.
After Kayla was killed in ISIS captivity, the president came to Arizona to console the Muellers. They say he made a promise to help the foundation they set up in her name, and then broke it.
There hasn't been such a donation? No. I'm still waiting for that donation, Mr. President.
Today, our team pressed the White House for an answer.
Can the Mueller family expect that the president, that the Obamas will make a donation to their daughter's, the foundation in the name of Kayla Mueller soon?
As I mentioned, I can't speak to any previous conversations that they've had, but I can tell you that.
But is a donation coming?
But the foundation that Kayla's hands, that's been established in her memory, is certainly the kind of foundation that the president and First Lady have supported in the past, and I would anticipate that they would make a financial contribution to continue supporting it.
Yeah, the check's in the mail. That's for sure. Unbelievable. What are you nuts? Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. The market's up 109 points. The banks are leading the way. If you were a gang member, I told my gang that the banks would lead the way. Pay attention to the banks, and the banks are doing very well. Now, here's the problem, though. The bank stocks are leading the market higher. Matter of fact, we're pretty much for the high for 2016. Now, the problem is the bond yield's going down. Let me explain. The S&P is way overpriced. We have a multiple of 19 on the S&P 500 stocks. That's a value looking forward. Now, you can't have a value, let's round it off to 20. You can't have a value of 20 on your S&P 500 group of stocks looking forward when you got a divergence this bad where you have 1.5%, 1.6% in the bond market. I mean, give me a break. Because what does the bond identify? The bond yields identifies for us going forward the health of the economy. The lower the bond yield, the worse the economy looks going forward. We should have a bond yield of about 4%, 4.5%. Instead, we have it at 1.5%. Terrible. It's sending a signal that the market going forward is but ugly. It is terrible. So how can you have the bond market, which is always right, it's never wrong, at 1.5%, telling you the market, the economy going forward, there's going to be no growth, it's going to be terrible, but yet they've got multiples on a stock at 19 going forward, which is telling you at 19, wow, the market's really good, start buying, buy now, buy stocks now, the market's really good. It's a divergence that's nuts. Just like the bank stocks, yes, they're leading the market, but the problem is we got the same problem there. That divergence where the bond yield is so low, telling us the economy is doing poorly. So what they are doing is manipulating and financially engineering the stock market to go higher. Barney Frank came out today and said, my God, do not raise rates until after the election. Don't raise rates after the election. We got to get Hillary in. Everything is to keep the market going up. Use any trick you can until Hillary gets elected. That is ridiculous. At the same time, okay, we're being told this economy is doing good. Are you nuts? The S&P 500 is up 6% for the year. That's terrible. It's 1% away from an all-time high. That's terrible. 1%. We can't break out. 1% away when we have a terrible. How can you have the S&P Be 1% away from an all-time new high when you got negative earnings growth, negative profits for 5 consecutive quarters. You got economic growth, GDP, at below 1%. Every quarter they revise them back down. But they're surging the stocks 20%. They've surged the stocks up 20%, big surge, 20%, while there's no earnings, no profits in these stocks. That's creating a hell of a bubble. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing because we're going to catch this bubble all the way down. When this bubble pops, this market is going to collapse. Already, I have my gang members set for a position, so when the market starts crashing, we'll be ahead of it. And that's the beautiful thing about my MV2 chart, because it identifies early on when the institutions are pulling money out. We'll talk a little bit about that later on. Unbelievable yesterday. Meet the press. David Plouffe. He is a phony. David Plouffe is the guy who engineered Obama's win in 2008. And this guy is such a phony. He's unbelievable. He's his former campaign manager, and now he's a current advisor. And he received, this guy sold his soul. He received $100,000, they said, in speaking fees. Now get this. From the Mountain Group, it's a South African-based telecommunication company that at the time had been involved in a partnership with Iran, with an Iran telecommunication firm. They gave him $100,000 to go over and do a speech. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry. Yeah, no, he had we got $1.5 million. He got $100,000 for a speech, and then he got another $1.5 million to go over to Iran, cut a deal. I mean, just unbelievable. More pay for play, just, selling influence. Hillary's best pal. I mean, just incredible. This just doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. But I couldn't believe what I was hearing yesterday on Meet the Press. They were comparing. They said, oh, it's much worse. Don't you think it's much worse that Trump, we don't know what's inside his email? I mean, what's inside his tax return? Compare that to pay for play? What? Listen to this. This is nuts.
We don't know factually. You don't have the smoking gun.
Come on, you don't. You're telling me that we don't have a smoking gun, that she gave away state secrets when we know that confidential, top secret emails were part of the information that was put in a private secret server. We know that to be the case. You're equating that knowledge to the possibility of maybe something isn't right in a tax return that we don't know about. Come on.
Lance Priebus, I will leave it there, Mr.
You leave it there, all right. Unbelievable what they're doing.
You've got the issues that people have with the Clinton Foundation and what we don't know about Trump's businesses. Is this equal or not?
No, it is not even close to being equal. And I think one of the things that's been interesting in the last couple of weeks is that we've discovered one of the few things we have been able to find out about Trump's business dealings is how much money he owes to foreign banks.
This is unbelievable. They're trying to compare. They're saying, well, Trump, his businesses owe money to foreign banks. A lot of businesses owe money to foreign banks. So what? They're saying, well, that is much worse than Hillary's scandal, where she got paid by 85 people $150 million. They paid her $150 million to get an appointment with her. And they're saying, oh, no, that's much worse that Donald Trump has bank loans from Europe. What is wrong with these people? What, are they all nuts? They must think we are so stupid. We'll be right back after this break. 15 past the hour here on Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Do you invest in a 401k or an IRA? Did you know you could lose 30, 40, even 50% of your investments when the market crashes? It's time you take control of your investments. For over 15 years, philsgang.com's Phil Grande has been teaching, coaching, and investing right along with all Phil's Gang members, making profits when the market is up or down. philsgang.com posts daily market updates, has a live investing class, and all material is archived. Sounds too good to be true? Why not join thousands of satisfied Phil's Gang customers today? Go to philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
For more information, simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
philsgang.com. Do you invest in a 401k or an IRA? Did you know you could lose 30, 40, even 50% of your investments when the market crashes? It's time you take control of your investments. For over 15 years, philsgang.com's Phil Grande has been teaching, coaching, and investing right along with all Phil's Gang members, making profits when the market is up or down. philsgang.com posts daily market updates, has a live investing class, and all material is archived. Sounds too good to be true? Why not join thousands of satisfied Phil's Gang customers today? Go to philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
For more information, simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, most people get involved with a 401k because of the employer match. They really believe that there's free money. There's no free money. It's a scam. Here's how it works. You ever notice that you can't get the money all at once? Why not? Why don't they just give you the match all at once? Why over 6 years? Because they know only 12% of the people who work for a company stay for 6 years or more. Only 12% are there for 6 years. That's why they plugged it to 6 years. They know you're not going to stay. So it's not for your benefit. It's for the benefit of the company. It's a scam. There's an alternative, though. Phil's Gang. Join my gang. philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Everybody says, I hear it everywhere, no matter where I go, I'm not going to get into the stock market because it's rigged. And I think, what are you, nuts? That's exactly why I want to get into the market. Here, listen to this.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish the wealth effect.
But we front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally. So are you telling me you don't want to get into a market where they front-loaded an enormous rally, where they fixed it to go up? You don't want to get in? What are you, nuts? Of course you want to get in. See, your fear is, once you get in, you're fearful you're not going to get out in time. Well, that fear is gone. That's why I designed the Max Investor 1000, the color-coded technology. It'll get you out before it crashes. Believe me. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Isn't it time you reduce your fear of investing? Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by the Max Investor 1000 Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang and to Stock Corner.
Stock Corner is brought to you by the Phil's Gang Max Investor 1000 stock charts.
The Max Investor 1000 stock chart, especially the MV2. What a chart that is. In fact, today was interesting because the banks are all leading. I told my gang weeks ago, watch the banks because they're going to have to break this market out to run. They got to make sure this market starts running because they've got to get Hillary elected. The market can't go anywhere without the banks. In fact, I gave them a couple banks that were so beaten up that were European banks that we're watching every day, and they're doing pretty good. But the other bank I gave them was Bank of America. And this is what's so beautiful about the MV2. You don't have to know a thing about Bank of America. You don't have to know anything about Bank of America. So if you take a look at the chart, it's interesting because for weeks I've been saying, let's wait for these stocks. And they're going to turn, they're going to change, and they did. And we could see that on our chart, if you look, it was really, okay, we were waiting, and finally, it was on June 27th, it was still red, and June 28th was red. Finally, it turned green. Finally, the institutions on June 30 started to buy. The hedge funds started to buy. The 401k, the pension funds, the banks started to buy the banking stocks. Something was up. We could see it. And that was on June 30th, and you can see it very clearly on my stock. Go tonight to my show. It's archived, and you'll see this. Or if you're right now, if you're on a mobile device or in front of your computer, you can just go to my site, philsgang.com, and watch live. You can see this. But anyway, so today, where we got in, and where it is today at 1587, beautiful. Right now, our bank stocks of Bank of America is up over 19%. Now, it doesn't mean, I'm not saying that every gang member got 19%. That's not the point. The point is it tells you when to get in. Even if a gang member got in at $13.96. $13.96 to $15.86, he got in later. But it was solid because he saw it was green. So that $13.96 to even $15.86, that's a 13% gain. So even if he got in later, let's say he got in later than that. Let's say he got in at $14.75 while it was green to $15.85. I mean, that's a 7% gain. What is wrong with a 7% gain? Nothing. It's beautiful. Are you kidding me? So, but you don't have to know anything about the stock. You know, it's interesting. I'm watching the headlines. I'm reading the headlines today. Some of the headlines that are coming out are incredible. Ashley Furniture Sales slashes 840 jobs in California. Housing market in the Hamptons, Aspen, Miami, all crashing. Do you know the Hamptons houses in the Hamptons have dropped the value by 42%, Aspen 62%, Miami 44%, luxury homes, another headline, sales plunge in Long Island. And we had a cut. Remember last week, this cockroach came on and said, "Oh, the housing market's wonderful." And then we got another parasite, Kramer, okay, and Kramer. He said,
housing's very strong. I see people doing a little bit better. But what I see is a pretty robust economy with good job growth. And under that scenario, we can have higher rates and still go higher.
He is a parasite. A parasite, okay? So here he's telling, let's play this again.
Housing's very strong. I see people doing a little bit better. But what I see is a pretty robust economy with good job growth. And
how can you have a robust economy when you got 5 quarters? Negative earnings. Our economic GDP at 1% since 2008. How can we have a pretty good economy when the jobs are all part-time jobs? So they come out today, housing market in the Hamptons crash, down 42%. Housing market in Aspen crashing, down 62%. House prices. Miami down 44. This guy's just a cockroach. He always has been a cockroach. That's unbelievable. So let's get back to Bank of America. The banks have to lead the market. There is a big move now to get this market to continue to hold, at least hold here, because they can't let this market drop. So that's Bank of America. So this is an ideal time to go in, and I'm going to give you this to you free. So you can use this. Here's the number, 877-600-GANG. Get it free for 4 weeks. All you need to do is sign up for a gang membership. It's only $39.95. The MV2 is $24.95, but you don't have to pay for the $24.95. If you had this, what a beautiful thing. But here's even what's better, is you can sleep at night. You can sleep at night, because when it starts turning red, you'll know when to get out. Here, listen to these guys here. This is unbelievable. Listen to these cockroaches on CNBC. They talk about CVS. Listen.
Express Scripts. They had to come out and counter what Mylan was accusing them of. Right. CVS as well got knocked down on this to the low 90s. I like CVS. I like CVS longer term. I do.
Oh, you like CVS? I don't like any stock. Now, he tells you he likes CVS. Are you kidding? Look at this on my chart, on my MV2. It turned red, and it collapsed. It's red now. It started to collapse on Wednesday, August 24th. It was at $98, and now it's down to $92. Are you kidding me? But look at that. It dropped 6% in 3 days. But you don't have to worry, because if you were a gang member and you were using my MV2, what a beautiful thing. And you don't have to be a gang member, by the way, to get the MV2, okay? But all you have to do is sign up for the gang membership, and you pay $39.95 for 4 weeks. And along with that, you get the comp or the free MV2 for the same 4 weeks. Call now, 877-600-GANG. Sign up before the program is sold out or we close it.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Phil Grande is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine with the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grande has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grande and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You hear me talk about 401ks every day on my radio show. Why? Because it's such a disservice. 89 million Americans have a 401k. There's 638,000 plans. And the father of the 401k, Ted Brenner, even admitted they're a scam. He doesn't endorse them anymore because of the ridiculous fees. You got to get away from those fees. Remember, every 1% fee, they take 30% of your retirement money. The average fund is 2.5%. 60% of the money is going to be gone when you're ready to retire. You don't need to do that. There's an alternative. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Seek out the alternative. Give yourself a break. philsgang.com. Sign up today.
Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. It's always about fees. That's right. It's always about fees. When you're investing in anything, it's about fees, but especially 401ks. Let me explain to you how you get screwed with a 401k. Nobody will tell you this. You'll be told with a $25,000 investment, your 401k will return 7%, and over 30 years, you'll retire with a nest egg of $226,000 with a fee of 0.5%. That is a lie. Do you know if you just bump it from 0.5% to 1.5%, that $226,000 drops to 160 with 2% fee? It drops to 123. But you know what most fees are? 3%. So you're going to drop almost below $100,000. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and get rid of that 401k. It is not for your benefit.
Isn't it time you reduce your fear of investing? Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you'll be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
My name is Bill Kaufman, and I have been a gang member for 14 years. I am very excited and impressed with the new MV1 and MV2 software chart. I love the easy readability. Phil has added pre- and post-market candlesticks and the ability to create stock lists. The charts can now be viewed on your smartphone or tablet. I would recommend the Max Vector 1000 chart to any type of investor.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Looking for insights and investing information? Join Phil Grande and become a Phil's Gang member today. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Yesterday on Meet the Press, David Plouffe, who was the campaign manager for Obama, close friends with Hillary. I mean, the lying that went on was just incredible. And this was interesting. Listen to what he said about Trump.
I mean, basically, we have a psychopath running for president. I mean, he meets the clinical definition, okay?
Wait a minute.
Hillary Clinton,
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Do you really think diagnosing people on air, and I assume you don't have a degree in psychology. Is that fair? I mean, we're jumping to conclusions here. I think this is what gets voters a little frustrated with this campaign.
Listen.
All right. Now, everybody said, well, gee, wonder why Chuck Todd jumped in defending Trump on that. He didn't defend Trump. He's smart. He knows the voters get turned off. He thinks it's going to hurt Hillary. He did nothing to jump in to help Trump. What are you, nuts? Of course not. He was trying to help Hillary, because for Plouffe to come out and say that, you lose all credibility when you say something like that. And Plouffe is a parasite. He really is. Listen to him.
A Clinton as Secretary of State, and another Clinton raising money from foreign entities at a private foundation. Do you believe that the Clintons upheld their end of the bargain when it came to the memo of understanding that was signed by the White House at the time?
I do, and I think you have to stack back check. So the Clinton Foundation, I think its universal agreement has done remarkable work around the world.
Remarkable work around the world. Oh, and they kept with their agreement? No, they didn't. But of course, he's going to lie and says, yeah, they kept with their agreement. What else is he going to say?
I guess the issue has to do with the purchasing of access, which is legal. Supreme Court has said it is essentially legal to buy access of a politician within reason. Not to get something in return beyond access. But is that really the problem? The fact that is legal, that essentially a lot of people do expect access in return for a contribution?
Well, my strong belief is I don't think people gave to the Clinton Foundation expecting access.
Oh, no. You don't give $32 million, $25 million to get an appointment with Hillary Clinton. Expect anything. You just want to sit there and talk to her, maybe swap spit. I don't know. Oh, you don't expect anything. They think we're that stupid. It's amazing, isn't it? The American press is nothing but a cheerleading squad for Hillary. And boy, do they show great disrespect to you and me. They give her special treatment. She hasn't had a news conference for 265 days. Can you imagine if Trump did that? They'd be all over Trump on the news every night. But oh no, not the press. They're protecting her. Don't we have the right as the voter to know the answers to questions, especially when you got the most powerful force in America politics, which is the anti-establishment fury, at a system that's rigged by big corporations and Wall Street and super wealth. I mean, the fury is outrageous. People are so anti-establishment, it's incredible. Don't we have the right, with people that upset against the establishment that they know it's rigged, don't we have the right to get questions from and ask a candidate questions? Trump's out there every day. He'll answer question to anybody. I'd love to ask her a question. Mrs. Clinton, all of Obama's economic policies are designed to transfer America into a socialism society. Inflating our currency, that's one way he wants to do it, through deficit spending. He's going to push up production costs through subsidizing unions in order to boost wages for the unions, which is a perfect way to trash capitalism. What's your answer to that? Or how about, until Bernie Sanders, a socialist communist, almost beat you, and you had, of course, the only way you beat him was to rig the numbers. Weren't you friends of the big banks who paid you $30 million for speaking engagements? And weren't you friends? And weren't you supporting free trade, TPP? Weren't you? And through corporate welfare? Let's take Obama, through all the corporate welfare, and Bush and Clinton. Corporate welfare they gave to large companies. They set up companies so they paid few taxes. And the companies threatened to move, and they threatened to move out, move their production out to China or somewhere else, until Bush and Clinton and Obama gave them some subsidy and tax exemptions. Where Boeing, while making $26 billion a year in U.S. profits over 5 years. At the same time, Obama and you arranged that they would get a tax refund of $401 million over the same 5 years that they were making $26 billion. You were given a tax refund of $401 million? Are you nuts? And in return, didn't you receive from your foundation a $12 million donation from Boeing? What are you, nuts? See, these are the questions that got to be asked. So are you for free trade or not? Or are you for whatever puts money in your pocket? What are you for? So tell me the truth. Were you just pretending to be for free trade? Were you pretending? Where American workers are replaced by 14-year-old people in the Philippines? And were you pretending to be friends of the big banks just to collect $30 million? What's the deal here? I mean, someone's got to ask her the questions. Someone's got to ask her the questions. But you can't get to her. Here's a great question for her. As a warrior for the middle class, then you are a warrior for middle class. You and Obama say you are. Then why is there, or why has there been, I should say, a big increase of 49% in medium incomes for a small segment of the population of 5 percentile, but not for middle income or lower income Main Street families, whose incomes contracted by 8.2%. Why? You say you're a warrior for the middle class, but the higher end, 5% of the population, their wealth went up 49%, while the middle class and the lower income people dropped by 8. Explain. See, these are the questions. But see, you're not going to ask her that. And Fluff, your guy Puff here, Fluff, he said your foundation does remarkable work. That's all he did. Let me play a clip for you, Mrs. Clinton. Here's what you said over and over. This is what he said over and over.
The Clinton Foundation, I think its universal agreement, has done remarkable work around the world. I think there's been a lot of transparency. The Clinton Foundation does remarkable work. It's a universal fact. The Clinton Foundation has been a great addition to the global scene. The Clinton Foundation does remarkable work.
Now, that's all he repeated over and over on Meet the Press. How remarkable can it be, Mrs. Clinton, when your tax returns of this foundation shows only 9.9% of the $252 million collected in 2014 went to charity, and 90% went into your Bill and your daughter's pocket, making yourself and your daughter, Chelsea, very, very wealthy people. And I'd ask this question. Be honest. Is the real reason you set up the foundation is because you were afraid you're not going to be able to marry your daughter off? She is so homely that you decided, you know what? I'm going to build a foundation, make her wealthy so we can get some guy on Wall Street to marry her because she's butt ugly. And I'm going to... Is that why you did the foundation? Was that the reason? If that would say so. We'll understand that. Tell the truth. And here's the other thing, Mrs. Clinton. How come? Poverty has increased by 8 million people. Food stamps increased by 21 million to 47 million. That's a 111% increase. And the number of people getting disability checks has increased by 6 million. And you're saying that we're in a recovery? How could that be? But we can't ask her any questions. 43 past the hour here on Phil's Gang. Join my gang.
For more information on this show, go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Do you invest in a 401k or an IRA? Did you know you could lose 30, 40, even 50% of your investments when the market crashes? It's time you take control of your investments. For over 15 years, philsgang.com's Phil Grande has been teaching, coaching, and investing right along with all Phil's Gang members, making profits when the market is up or down. philsgang.com posts daily market updates, has a live investing class, and all material is archived. Sounds too good to be true? Why not join thousands of satisfied Phil's Gang customers today? Go to philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
For more information, simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
philsgang.com.
Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you'll be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Phil Grande is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grande has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passionate desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grande and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. It's always about fees. That's right. It's always about fees. When you're investing in anything, it's about fees, but especially 401ks. Let me explain to you how you get screwed with a 401k. Nobody will tell you this. You'll be told with a $25,000 investment, your 401k will return 7%, and over 30 years, you'll retire with a nest egg of $226,000 with a fee of 0.5%. That is a lie. Do you know if you just bump it from 0.5% to 1.5%, that $226,000 drops to $160 with 2% fee? It drops to $123. But you know what most fees are? 3%. So you're going to drop almost below $100,000. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and get rid of that 401k. It is not for your benefit.
Isn't it time you reduce your fear of investing? Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. You're listening to The Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande. Be sure to check out the all-new Phil's Gang website at philsgang.com.
The way I look at it, I've been a government official. So, you know, this notion that somehow or another, someone who's a donor, somebody who's an activist saying, I want access, I want to come into a room and I want to meet people. We often criminalize behavior that is normal, and I don't see what the smoke is. I understand, like I said, I've been dealing with another situation, another email situation. The DNC was a victim of a cybercrime.
Then you're brain dead. Donna, you're brain dead. Do you think people pay $37 million, $22 million, $18 million for an appointment just to have access, but not ask for a favor? It's amazing how sick these people are.
You know, on key issues that impact society, I have to say you have been saying the same thing for decades, and you have been doing the same work for decades. Hillary Clinton, thank you so much.
Oh, Hillary, thank you. That's old Mika. Mika, thank you, Hillary. Thank you, Hillary, for going up and lying to Congress. You lied to Congress. That's what she should have said. Mika should have said, didn't you lie to Congress? How could you lie to Congress? Look at the FBI. They came out and countered everything you said. Everything that you said was a lie according to the FBI. Everything you said in front of Congress, in front of our representatives, is a lie. That's what she should have said. No, oh, let me kiss you. Are you kidding? What is it with this party stuff? Again, it drives me nuts. Republican Party, Democrat Party. It's for the party. It's for the party. Are you kidding? Stop with the parties. Vote for the individual. Vote for their integrity. Vote for their character. My God. Before I forget, let me just tell you again. You know, every day I come on and I tell you to buy the MV2 or to join the program, you're going to get it free. Now, you have to join the gang. It's $39.95. It's a wonderful deal because the gang membership is a teaching format. And you learn so much. It's incredible. Okay? But I'm going to give you the MV2 free to use for a month. Just like today, you heard what these dopes said. These cockroaches said. They're telling you to go out and buy CVS. They told you, CNBC, go buy CVS, right? Now listen. So if you listened to them, you would have lost money. But by just putting up on your MV2, you would have saw it turned red. It turned red 2 days ago. So you would have avoided it. You would have avoided it.
Had to come out and counter what Mylan was accusing them of. Right. CVS as well got knocked down on this to the low 90s. I like CVS. I like CVS longer term. I do.
I like CVS. How can you like CVS when they're pulling their money out? It's ridiculous. That's why you need the MV2, so you don't have to depend on these cockroaches. You don't have to care about the market cap or the PE ratios. You don't have to care about the profit margins or operating margins. Is it red? Is it green? The MV2 system is so easy to navigate. You can have your kids do it for you. It can be fun for the family. I mean, it gets your kids involved. So they understand stocks, buying stocks and investing in stocks is the best thing in the world. Yes, it's a bunch of parasites to run it. There's no question about it. What difference does it make? There's a bunch of parasites running it. All we got to identify is if money is coming in or the money's leaving. If you're going to now work with the money managers and 401k managers and planners, and you're going to depend on their nonsense, yeah, you're going to lose money. But you're not if you're using the MV2 and you know what you're doing. Charts use precision and mathematics, not BS. Not BS. Not emotion. Not fallible judgment. A computer is efficient. It's fast. It's smart. It tells you if the companies, the big boys, are putting money in. We talked about Caterpillar. On July 8th, it was $76. It turned green. By July 28th, 20 days later, it turned red. That was a 12% gain. You didn't have to know anything about Caterpillar. You don't have to know anything about it. Just get in when it's green. Try it. I'm begging you till my hair hurts. It works because all I want you to do if you start making money, send money to St. Jude. That's why I'm offering this program free for 4 weeks so that when you do get it, you start using it with our help. At the end of 4 weeks, I know you'll continue with it. And all I ask, if you start making money, help St. Jude. So here's the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Call now. Now, you have to sign up for the gang. It's only $39.95, and the gang membership is beautiful. Nobody gives the value in a teaching format like I do. Believe me. So check out the MV2. It's for a person who is so busy they have no time, but they also know there's a crisis. There's a retirement crisis. You know you don't have enough money. Every day you see in the newspaper another suit. We just saw a bunch of them in the newspapers today. Edward Jones, Morgan Stanley faced 401k fee suits. 401k fee suits. They screw you in fees. They screw you in fees, but you can't get that across to people. So I'm not saying change your 401k. Go ahead and keep it if you want. But at least have an alternative. And there it is. There it is. So call right now, 877-600-GANG. You know, it's amazing to me. I would like to ask, but you can't, Hillary Clinton a question about the income tax, the earned income tax program. Are they going to get rid of it? I mean, just think about it. Poverty has increased by 8 million people. Food stamps have increased from 21 million to 47 million. That's a 111% increase. The number of people on disability checks who get $2,600 a month, that's tax-free. They're being paid not to work. That has more than doubled. More than doubled. Costing you and me $135 billion. Are you going to continue those programs? Are you nuts? Don't we have a right to know this? And what about the earned income tax fraud? This is a nutty program. She needs to be asked. Are you going to continue with Obama's policies? You said you are. You said you are. And part of his policy is the earned income tax plan, which is fraud. Does that mean you're going to, or will you, stay in this plan? Will you do as Obama did, order the IRS to stand down to stop enforcing the Improper Payment Elimination and Recovery Act? That's right. This thing was so bad, so full of fraud, $15 billion a year. The Congress got together and put in and they passed a law called the Improper Payment and Elimination Recovery Act to stop the fraud. Well, Obama told them to stand down. The IRS to stand down. He wanted the fraud to continue. He wanted people to get their earned income tax credit. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Costing us $129 billion a year? $15 billion worth of fraud. You know why he does that? Because he gets the votes. He gets the votes. That's how the Democrats get the votes. Gets the votes. So he ordered the IRS to stand down and turn a blind eye to the fraud. I'd ask Hillary that. Are you going to do the same thing? Are you going to continue with this program? But you can't ask her. You can't ask her a thing. She hides. And the press protects her. Isn't that amazing? The press protects her. The press was traveling with, they travel with her. There was 23 press members traveling on her jet. So they have a deal not to ask her questions. However, 3 of the people, when she went to Nevada this weekend, by the way, they reported 6,000 people showed up to see her in Nevada. Only 480 people were there. They put all the crowd together in one spot, make it look like it was crowded. 3 reporters started to ask her questions about Benghazi and about her foundation, the 85 people receiving $150 million. Guess what? She made those 3 people get off the plane. They could not travel with her. She left them stranded in Nevada because they broke the golden rule. What did Hillary do? She had a private jet fly from her favorite chocolate bakery in Switzerland. She wrote a check for $450,000. That's what it cost to run this plane, this jet over here and back. And she gave them these chocolates, all the remaining press, to thank them. Imagine have that kind of wealth, $450,000 to fly some chocolate. Why didn't you just buy a chocolate factory here in the United States, you jerk? That's one reason why you don't want her to be president. Call now, 877-600-GANG.
With your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.